everybody, it's Chloe DeMay of Save Victorel. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes, and it is time to test out Cosmic Beauty's Smoulder palette. Oh, so excited. So if you want to see the look we create, the other products we use, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey everybody, here we are with something new. So excited. I'm gonna try and edit it, the background noise, but if you do hear the aircon, it is really hot. I tried to film a little bit earlier, but I had a few things to do, but it's still early enough in the day. But I thought I'd better film now before the heat keeps rising. So, why we are here? We're here for the Cosmic Beauty Smoulder palette. So we're on a no buy, low buy. We had said that the only thing that we will pick up or contemplate picking up is the Cosmic Beauty palette. Like I said, probably ad nauseum, that I missed out getting the very first one. I still have FOMO. I love them so much that I just want to pick up everything, at least eyeshadow palette wise. But we're going to do an almost full face of Cosmic Beauty today. There may be one more palette that's on the horizon. There's a brand who is struggling a little bit, and they were contemplating putting out a Halloween release, and I said, if you put out one, I will break my no buy for that. So there may be possibly something, we'll see. But if not, we're doing really good. The only thing recently I bought was mascara because mine is almost done, and this palette. So, and then, oh yeah, I'm trying to only buy things I've run out of. I can't find my extra sponges. I needed a new sponge, so I also picked up from Cosmic Beauty one of their sponges, and it's one of these cute little marbly ones. It comes in this cute little box here. I think it came out with the Serenity release, I want to say, or around that time. I've already got it all squishy and ready to go. And yeah, so let's take a look at this palette. We will all be mostly using Cosmic Beauty brushes. I think the only thing that won't be Cosmic Beauty will be eyeliner, mascara, foundation, powder, setting spray like that, but every other basic is covered today. Got my hair just kind of all back for now because it's hot, and then we'll do something at the end so we don't look like a crazy person. So alright, so the Smoulder palette, just like Juvia's Place always did, it comes in a slightly bigger box. I already took out the fluffy plastic inside because I hate that noise when other people open it, so I don't want to do that to other people. But anyways, here's the palette. I'm going to actually put on some glasses in case I want to read some stuff. So let's just put these bad boys on. So here we go. This is the Smoulder palette. It is, as usual, a 20 color palette for eye and face. It is in the beautiful regular Cosmic Beauty packaging, so they all fit nicely together. They only had the kind of one outlier, which was a smaller palette, but that is okay. So here we go. So but it doesn't have the slidey sleeve, so either they don't anymore when it comes packaged like this, or I didn't get one, but it doesn't matter. So here we go. We have that to protect it with anyway. So I'm just gonna throw it on the floor. Let's look at the color palette. We've got this. It was all packaged really well. I actually took photos of the boxes. Underneath the box was a big dent in it, but they just pack everything so beautifully well. You don't really have to worry. And here it is. Alrighty. It is pretty neutral because there are some beiges and browns in here, but it is a very smoldery. So I think that's why I liked it. Plus I love their formula. The shimmers are really beautiful. I will always go for sagey greens. So I really quite liked the whole look of this, and I really liked the swatches. This one really goes to a nice sea blue. Like, I don't think you can see it as much here, but oh, there we go. You can start to see it. Look at that. So they do have some beautiful shimmer there. And I thought this would be also a very great office palette. So, but I think let's see if we can try in our own version to do a smoky-ish look, because I want to play with the shade called Chemistry. This black one here, I didn't do any base, but so the names of them, we've got Swoon, which is like a white silver, We've got Shy and Intimate, so a lighter, light pink, and a more mid pink. Then we've got Flushed and Embers, so kind of like a cappuccino color, and this one also changes. It has pinks and stuff in there, so it's quite the nice shimmer. Then we've got Kindle and Allure, so another warm brown, a beautiful shimmer. Slow Burn, Charmed, and Sultry, so those are the last ones on here. Then we've got Smoulder, Ashes, and Flirty. Smoulder, Ashes, and Flirty. They really go with the title, so this one is after the palette. And then we have Sensual and Magnetism. Really like that. I think those two look really well together. Then we've got Spontaneous, Ignite, and Charisma. These are the three colors that these three and that one were the ones that really spoke to me. Then we've got Perfect Match and Chemistry, a beautiful black. They've got swatches on their channel. Other people will do better swatches than me, so I'm going to leave it to the experts, but we'll see with the colors that we use how they look. So glasses off, and I can pretty much read the titles without them, but I thought, you know, just in case. I don't think there's any verbiage on here other than ingredients, and that it is a palette for eye and face. It is good for 24 months. And again, I have a lot of palettes that are more than their expiry date. Just make sure to keep an eye out if you're keeping things longer for if the quality changes, smells, anything like that. But generally, I find that powders last quite a long time. All right, so we're going to take this a floofish one. We're going to go into Chemistry, and we're going to, oh, should prime our eyes. I didn't bring a primer. Let's use a little bit of my Danessa Myricks here as a primer. I do like, because I have old lady eyes, something to prime my eyes, and this has the Upslight in it, so it is supposed to be good for oily skin, and my eyelids are, I would say, the oiliest on my skin. So that's the one thing I seem to have forgotten here. Of everything else, I think I just don't have, even have face primer, but I don't have any eye primer. Okay, so there we go. We'll just use that to even out these lids. All right, okay. So now again, we're gonna go back to Chemistry, that black shade. I cannot believe how quick this came. It released on Friday. For the first shipping, it picked DHL. I think DHL. DHL? No. DHL, Purelator, UPS. There's one other, I think. Anyways, it was. I just knew. Maybe it was FedEx. Anyways, it was like, okay, then I know I'm guaranteed to get duty and fees, so I just changed it to just regular Royal Mail Canada Post, thinking, okay, if it takes 2 weeks or so, it is what it is. So I ordered it last Friday, and it came today. When I'm filming this, it's on a Friday, so exactly 1 week, which is generally what I find with the UK. Germany used to be like that too. There used to be a clothing brand that I bought from Germany back in the day, and it was the same thing. If you ordered it on a Friday, you got it the following Friday. If they shipped it right away. But this one shipped on, say, Tuesday maybe, and yeah, here it is. I'm very excited. I actually took today off. All this black is beautiful. There is no fallout. I rarely have any. I can even remember having any, period, from Cosmic Beauty. It's the other reason why I really like this formula. You get your bang for your buck with your color, and you're not wasting it by it falling all over your face. I'm just going to clean it off a little bit to take off the excess product, and then we're just going to blend a little. I might smoke it out some more, but let's just kind of place a few of these shades. I do have the highlight palette from Cosmic Beauty, but you never know. I might use one of these shades in here too. So there we go. We're starting that Smoulder on the top. I think we should bring it along to the bottom as well. I'm going to find myself a thinner brush here. Luckily, I bought 2 of these. So usually when I was originally always buying with every palette, I'd buy one of the brushes, So I should have just originally just bought the whole set, but you know, here we are. But I had all the ones that I wanted from this particular series, so I thought I'd try a sponge. And it did poof up really nicely. It has a nice feel to it, so I think it's going to be nice. I have no idea. I think I have a Colored Rain one and a Dose of Colors one left, but I have no idea. It's got buried in a drawer somewhere, so I'll have to at some point find them. So since I couldn't and didn't feel like I had the energy to go look for them, it's like, oh, let's just add a little extra something to our order. All right, and then I'm going to smudge that a bit. There we go, that's smoky. Oh, my birdies got a new cage. They're very happy. It's still a little bit of mess with this one because my other one was high. This one's wider, and mine don't like to go on the ground, so they're always up birds. I think that's why with the higher cage, seed went everywhere and millet went everywhere, but this one's a little less so. But I had to put different feed cups in because they keep going, they won't go to below. So the bottom ring of the cage is where this new one had the feed cups, and they were like, nope, not doing it. So I had to use one of the old fruit ones, and I bought another one for water, and now they're happier. So yeah, so I think this one has more. The other one, because they don't really hit the bottom, they only would fly between the couple. This one, there's definitely more room, and then there was more room for the swing, so they like to send that swing flying. So for the person who got rid of that cage in my mom's building, thank you, dude. There we go. Yeah, this is beautiful black. See, it went on with some pow, and then it's blending nicely, and I still don't have any along my face. So I am liking that. Alrighty, so let's see here. So I could definitely go into the greens that I really like. Like I said, I really like those here. I do like that murky one, or I could go smoke with pink. Why did I do that? I think my last look leaned a little bit more green. Most of my looks almost always do. Let's go into the shade now that is called Sultry. So let's go into this one here and see how that one plays. Just to still have a sultry color, dark color, but just to start the getting a bit lighter, because of course it's lighter than the black. Actually, I am kind of liking that foundation as an eye primer. Everything seems to be blending really nice here. Nothing's getting stuck. So there we go, and that is a sultry. So we used chemistry and then sultry. So now let's go into, because we're going to be heading towards pink, let's go into the shade that is called Flushed. So now we're going to go into that one there. And you don't, here it looks very beige, but when you look kind of down here, it is more pinky. Or has some good pink in it. Let's grab this brush here. Yeah, these really have a lot of pigment. Really wow. Okay, so now we are going to go into the shade here that is called Intimate. So that is that pretty pink shade there. I took today off, and it's a long weekend here. So I had chores and things to do today. I'm jam-packed tomorrow, and then I'm pretty full on Monday. But I did, ooh, that's a pretty color. But I didn't plan anything for Sunday, so I may hopefully be able to film my Mondays by the Decade. We are into 1970s part 1, so you never know. This might be a good palette for that. So we can definitely get a second look at it here. Because I'm waiting, because I've decided to do it in 2 pieces. I've decided to do early 70s and late 70s. I think early 70s is definitely more natural. And then late 70s, disco era and stuff, they're a lot brighter. So this one might be good for early 70s. Alrighty. So That's really nice. These are all going together really nicely. And I'm hoping my name twin got this palette too. And we can do a claw with this one too, since we're both obsessed with cosmic brushes. Okay, so I'm going to go into the shade that's called a Shy, and I'm going to use that as just kind of blend around the edges before we go into shimmers. So this one's here. It looks almost, again, white, but it is a very light pink with maybe a hint of lavender in it. It's very pretty. All right, so let's just clean this brush off. There was another set that I was looking at that they had that I thought was really nice, but it was sold out. So maybe the next time they have a palette, maybe they'll have some other brushes that I can get as well. So now I'm going to go, I'm just going to, okay, there we go, it's all blended. All right, so I'm just going to go for the front, I'm going to go in to Intimate, so that's the darker pink shade, and I'm going to bring that up front. There we go. So now I think I want to add a little bit more of chemistry and see if I can blend that even a little farther out or smoke it out a bit more. Alrighty, let's play with some shimmers, and then we'll add some more to the lash line too as well. Let's do some shimmers first. So for the kind of, we've got, I think for the inner corner, we've got this a beautiful one here. Oh yeah, look at that, it's so wet looking. That is a swoon. Yes, that is very swoonable. I think that would make a beautiful inner eye, make that pop. And then we've also got embers here. So that's this one here. Got like a peachy pink. Oh yeah, it's kind of fiery. Yeah, embers. I'm funny. Right. Yeah, okay. But then this is really pretty to ignite. I don't know how that would fit in, but maybe it's just I just wanted to swatch it. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so we're going to put, I think, oh, well, let's just check out Allure here. One more. So Allure is that one there. Oops. That one all of a sudden kind of felt like it gave a little pink. Nah, it's more bronzy. All right, we're going to take Embers and we're going to try that there in the lid, and then we're going to use a little bit of Swoon in the tear duct there. But yeah, see if we can really, whoop. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into Embers. I need to have a little spray. Oh, that is so pretty. Just a little bit more over. Just smidge. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that is nice. So let's put a little on the phalange. See if we got even more. Oh yeah, I think it's just a little bit extra. Goes on brilliantly with a brush, but just get a bit more intensity when you pop on a little extra with your finger. Oh wow. So nice. Oh, I love it. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit more on the lash line, and then we're going to decide about liner and things like that afterwards. But I think I just need a little bit more of chemistry. There we go. And then once more into the fray with Intimate. Ooh, so nice. All right. So we're just going to put this away for a second, and let's do some base because we want to test out our little sponge here on a few different things. So while we're trying a new thing, my friend saw this in the store, mentioned it to me, and then I thought I would try it. And this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it is 35 SPF. It's it's an invisible sunscreen. It's a water resistant 80 minutes blurs and primes. So you can use it as a sunscreen, but you can, you know, just fill in some pores, but you can also use it as a primer, so it's underneath your makeup and ready to go outside. It is my favorite thing ever. It is a silicone base. I love things. I know not everybody does, but I do love me a silicone. A little goes a long way, so I like to take a little bit and kind of build it up a bit, because the first time I did it, it was just like, luckily it's dried down nicely, but it was just like, whoa, that's a lot. Like I thought I could probably have done my head, chest, whole 9 yards with the amount that I took. So I thought, okay, I thought maybe you should just build it up. Do a little bit on one cheek, a little bit more on the other one, and then I also gave the sponge a good wash just in case, because you never know what kind of chemicals are in sponges, packaging, or from the factory. So, and the thing with sunscreen too, you definitely, to really be effective, you really do have to put a lot more on, but so if I was going to go out in the sun, like not just be sitting by bright windows or whatever, but really I would put on my regular sunscreen as part of my other skincare, and then when I was, just before I put makeup on, I would add this on top, and then so you're getting a twofer. We're trying the e.l.f. and the Smoulder. Okay, so there we go. So and this is very nice. Like I said, it got very poofy. It was like this big in the box. Because I mean, yeah, the box isn't huge, so it was only like at the bottom of the box. So look at that. It went bigger than the box. So nice. I like it. So we're using Janessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin, and this is, I believe, in number 1. Yes, number 1. I think 0, which I have a small one, which I also use, which is like, has no color for a primer. I like this. I'm already starting to rash it because it's expensive. I usually also use concealer, but because I'm just going to be editing, planning what I'm going to bake, because I'm also, my friends that I'm going to see on Monday, I'm going to be baking some challah for them, and I'm baking a rustic herb and seed bread for another friend this weekend. So I'm planning that sort of stuff. So it's like, I don't think I need to have my face flawless. Just a nice base. Trying to wear less foundation, but sometimes I just still think that when you have like a dramatic eye look, it looks better. It feels better on a little bit of a base. It could be just in my head, but you know, oops, my spoon. They always put a little spoon so you can kind of scoop this out, but I do not do that. Now it doesn't want to go back in. Oh, there we go. All right. Just a little bit to try and even out a little bit. And like I said, I usually put like in a few spots. I usually put concealer, but I don't feel like it today. And it's not about the base. Oh, look at that. I even forgot to bring brows. No, we'll figure it out. Okay, so there we go. For powder, we're using our Nakia Joy. This is the Velvet Brightening Powder. I love this stuff so much. And she should make a perfume out of this. Like, seriously, it's like a vanilla-ish. Like, it's got something else in there. It's just something so sweet and so pretty. And I would totally wear it as a perfume. And it does blur nicely. It feels nice and silky to put it on. It melts nicely into you. I have yet to find a foundation or serum foundation, full foundation, or anything that this doesn't work with. I really do like the Fenty lavender powder. I still have some of that left, but I think this one has supplanted it. I think it's because of the smell. they both equally do nice and blurring and look good on the skin. Ready to go. So now let's look at some blushes. Alrighty, we got a small pile here. One is from the Sinister. I think these are from the Sinister, and then these are from the Christmas one. I can't remember what it's called. But I think some of they're all available as singles. I don't think the sets are left, but I think everything is singles. So we're going to look at all the shades we have here and see what's going to work. So here is this shade here. This is Nutmeg. That could be nice. And then this shade is a Mary. Oh, this one's really pretty if I remember right. Or is this the Christmas one? I can't remember. That's right, because Mary sounds more Christmas, right? Okay. So then this one is, it just says blush butter. Okay, and I remember the one set didn't have the names once you got rid of the boxes, which I did. So there's this purpley shade here. I don't know. I guess because it's a cream, it's just, yeah, there you go. Alrighty, so there's that one. And then we have another blush butter. I should remember that these have no names. So this is also a cute pinky shade. And then we have this one and this one. I think this is more, oh yeah, this is a brighter pink shade. Ooh, that's so pretty. But I'm thinking that first one we opened, Nutmeg, may be the ticket. Is this Nutmeg or Mary? Oh, that's Mary. Nutmeg, where are you? Here we go. Thinking of this one would be really pretty. So let's do that. I like putting cream blushes on with a sponge. So we can again put the sponge through some more tests. So I usually just go like so. It's such a pretty color. It reminds me a little bit about the a little bit darker than the About Face one that I'm panning right now because I love it so much. Maybe the first blush in a while that I'm buying a duplicate of, I'm buying another one of. But this one's actually pretty close. Maybe I'll use this one first. Yes, it is. When you go through your collections and use what you have, and sometimes you find things that you forgot. I'm really loving this shimmer so much. Look at it. Okay, we will buff it as well. So that was Nutmeg. And then highlighter, I was going to use the Frosting palette here. I've got these beautiful shades because I think the one Cinnamon Roll would look super nice. But I think what we're going to do this time around, I did use this in my monthly collab, which went up yesterday. I think I want to use one of these. So let's see here. So we've got the one here that is called Perfect Match. So let's see what that looks like. Is that something? Ooh, that's very silvery. Ooh, that's pretty though. And we've got this one called, oh, let's look at the one that's called Smoulder, that the palette's named after. Well, that might be too dark, but it's still pretty. Ooh, that is so pretty. Ooh, I wonder if we should put a little bit on the outer edge. Shall we? I think we shall. Oops. All right, let's use the namesake. Okay, we're gonna use a little Smoulder. And then mirror on the wall. Where did we fall? Okay, I've lost my mirror. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's actually. This particular shade's a little sticky, but look how pretty it's going on. Okay, so yeah, the Smoulder one is a little bit denser, stickier. But wow, that goes on, that's really pretty. Yeah. Alrighty, I think for highlighter, let's use the same one that we used in the inner corner. So we're gonna go into Swoon, and then I forgot the highlighter brush. So we will very gently use this little brush here. We go in here, tap off on our hand, and then gently pat it on like so. And then we will take our sponge. Ooh, even wet that is. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So I'm going to quickly do a buff. I'm going to use my Stay Matte here that I was from Rimmel. Sent from a friend. Okay, so before we do lips and contemplate if we want to do liner and mascara, I'm going to go do my brows and play with my hair a little bit, and we'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We did just some gelled brows and fluffed out our hair, and now let's see what we want to do. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this liner here from Sephora. It's like a smudging liner, so I'm going to use that in my waterline very quickly here, because we're trying to do a smoldery look. So let's do that. Yeah, one day I'll get more of these. I have it in black and in a nice green shade, an army green. So there we go. I think that's a little smoldery, more smoldery. I don't think we need a winged eye or another eyeliner. I think the eyeshadows are speaking for it themselves. And then we are going to quickly do my mascara. This is my combo recently. So this is the Essence Lash Princess. This is coming to its end, so luckily I have a backup. And then this is from the Kiss collection from Glamlight. This one's actually the one that puts on the color and builds, and this one kind of separates it out and makes it a bit longer. So that's kind of been my go-to recently. All right, there we go. Only stabbed myself in the eye a couple times, but here we are. Got some mascara on. Now let's finish our look with a lip. So again, I have a few to choose from. So from the collection that I use the blush from, we have the shade Santa Baby. Okay, so the gold one was the Christmas one, and the Sinister one was the Halloween one. So is that beautiful red shade. And then the other shade was called Ginger Snap. Ooh, this one I think might be the winner. Great. But we'll look at the other ones. And then from the Sinister collection, we have, this one is called Nancy. It's actually really pretty too. It's very smoldery. Is that purple or? Ooh, okay, so do the two. And then we have Clarice. Yeah, I've been wearing this one the last few days. I do quite like that. Who Am I? Liking Neutral Lips. And then we have a Salem. Oh, that one's really pretty too. Ooh, okay. All right, so we're down to 3. So we've got Salem here. We got an arm space, but here we are. So that is, ooh, that would be really pretty. Okay, so that is Salem. And then we have Ginger Snap. Yeah, so Ginger Snap. Yeah. Ooh, that too could be very pretty. Not making it easier. And then we got the shade Nancy, which is very bold. Ooh. Okay, we're going to use Nancy. Alrighty, so let's do her, and we will have a completed look. Oh yeah, that was the right choice for sure. So, there we are. There is our first look with the Smoulder palette. What do we think? Are we smoldery? With a little bit of glimmer? What do we think? So the shades that we used in here, we used Chemistry on the outer corner. Then we went into Sultry. After that, we went into Flushed. Then we used a little bit of Intimate. Then we blended with Shy, Inner Corner, and for highlight we used Swoon. Look how wet that is. Let's see, and then for the outer shimmer there, we use a Smoulder, and then for the front shimmer, we used Embers. So we did use quite a few shades out of here. What do we think? Oh, I think it's great. Then of course we finished off with Nancy, the lipstick from Cosmic Beauty. We also used Nutmeg from the Christmas collection for blush, and of course our sponge. So there is our complete look playing with Cosmic Beauty. What do you think? Are you getting this palette? Do you have this palette? Are you as excited about anything that Cosmic Brushes releases or Cosmic Beauty releases like me? Well, anyways, that's it for me today. If you like this video, please give it a like, a comment, and maybe even subscribe. If you hit that notification bell, you will hear more from me if you are so inclined. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Shabbat Shalom.